anything out of life, it's high standard the whole way. It's everything you do. You do it differently than everybody else. People see the different things that you do, and they realize all the effort that goes into it. It's hard to say that you want to do that. If you have to prepare every meal that you eat, if you have to watch every detail of what goes into that meal, you have to make sure that what you're doing is worth it every step of the way, because it takes too much time, too much effort, massive amount of sacrifice. If it's not going to where where you need to be or where you want to be, it's probably not the right journey for you. This is a high standard lifestyle, and it means the workout that you do, the effort that you put into that workout every single day, the detail that goes into the workout, because a workout is nothing in the scale of a lifetime. But you make it as if everything depends on that workout. That every day that you go through, that from start to finish, or if those days don't finish, that you know that it's for a better reason. That every single one of those you go through is taking you where you need to be. Because if the goal's not big enough, if what you're going for isn't big enough, then you run out of energy, you get tired, you don't see the reason anymore, you get lost, you make bad decisions. And that's all, it's not because of what you've done. It's because where you're going isn't a good enough goal. It isn't something where you know every single time, at your worst of times, at the biggest struggles, that you can't see that end goal. Because if you can see it and you know it's big enough, you grind that whole journey. Now, why do we see people who lose in life, who drop standards, who 1 week had everything ran right, they had all the meals ready, and they were eating good, and they said they're going to make the best of this week, they're going to run it, and then the next week they fall off, and they show up late and they don't put in effort, and they don't make the most of a day, and that next week's lost. Because a week lost, it is making a difference whether you get a great life or not. It's making a difference whether you're making the most of your life. You know, another 40 years, most people are 60. Another 60 years, it's gonna be, you know, some people aren't going to be with us anymore. If you see what a year is, a year is one Christmas to the next. How many of those have you already seen? These years go quick. Most people think a year, all that time away. If you really look at it, these go quick. A year is not very long. What are you going to do for those next 40?